I think the isolation comes right when you hear the word cancer.
You know, you hear stories from your friends about teenager stuff that's going on in their everyday lives. And not only are you detached from that, but then when you go into what is your life, which is going through chemotherapy and going to the hospital and staying home and cleaning different medical devices and stuff, you feel like you're not really part of that either. So you are kind of in this search for, where do I go? Where do I belong? Where can I fit in? That's where having an environment that caters to that is so vital.
We're basically identified as either adults or kids. There's not like, and we're not nor adults nor kids, you know?
I think it's important that there's an age-targeted approach to the cancer movement. You know, we're not quite children anymore. We're not fully on our own as adults.
Getting cancer as a teen is especially hard because you're kind of in that pivotal moment in your life. You know, as a girl, you want to talk about like boys and who's going to ask me to the dance, or what am I going to wear to my first day of school, those kind of things. And having cancer kind of like took that away from me, and the questions that I was asking was, how are people going to treat me in a wheelchair at school? Are kids not going to want to hang out with me? Do you think I'm weird? Seeing someone, you know, without a leg, like, I don't know.
You're a teenager, you know? You want to be around other teenagers, you know?
I wanted to be a teen. Even though I was dealing with cancer and I was going through cancer, I wanted to be able to do all the things that I dreamt was so cool to do as a teenager.
When I used to be admitted in the hospital, I used to hate it so bad. I used to cry because there's nothing to do.
I'd be pissed if I was 20 in a pediatrics and kids yelling and crying and...
You know, all the little kids are playing with the little kids, and then you're the only one right there.
I was in geriatrics, actually, I think. And it's just so sad that people were so old and I had nothing in common with them.
I think a lot of adults at that age have processed a lot of what it means to be alive and to eventually ponder your own mortality and what happens when you're gone and everything. That when you're a teenager, that kind of stuff is usually like, you know, you're concerned about what the next sport game is or what movie's coming out or something. You know, existentialism isn't really the topic of the day.
Just the old people just smelled like old people, and I wish there were more, you know, kids my age or people my age to liven the spirits.
Now that there's the teen lounge there and we have the bright colors and making us feel more chipper, and I think it's going to be a great thing.
When you walk into this lounge, you're going to see people who are all your age. That's pretty cool, you know, it just makes it really easy to relate to people, and you feel like this is a place that's just for you.
The fact that we have our own space, and the fact that we can all get together and hang out over there and chill and, you know, forget about what's going on in the rest of the world, the hospital, and just kick it and watch a movie and eat popcorn, whatever you want to do, that in itself is bliss.
Everyone's stuck inside their hospital rooms, but they're excited to be able to hang out with their friends and be happy and not really worry about what's going to happen in 2 hours, because at that moment, it doesn't feel like you're in the hospital.